Hello, Void. Guess who's back? So, I know I mentioned it might be a day or two before I recorded again after Tuesday into Wednesday, but so I did take a couple days just to recalibrate myself. Though I started watching things again as soon as, well, it was yesterday during the day, but I just put off recording until now. So, I watched a couple things, so let's just get right off the bat. So, first off, I apologize for how short my interview with the vampire review was, but I was really tired. And the sun was already coming up. I didn't get to bed till like 7:20 after that was posted, and then of course my cat decides that's the time she wants to start yelling, and she usually starts waking me up around that time anyway. So she was kind of baffled. So it was a little bit of an endeavor, and I slept till about 1 o'clock. I deliberately didn't sleep all day just so I could try to get my schedule back on, but Wednesday was pretty much a non-event for me. And then Thursday and Friday was just trying to cool myself, and then Saturday and Friday I did end up starting to rewatch some things though, so took 2 days off, and now here I am Saturday. Okay, so first thing I watched just to ease myself back into it was the Creepshow animated special. Why Creepshow did an animation? I don't know. Should they have? I don't know. So, I like the old school Creepshow. I saw Creepshow 1 and 2 way back when. Really liked them. I think they did a Creepshow 3, and I think I saw it, but that was years ago. I think I pulled it out of a red box or something. But I don't really remember that one near much. I will probably have reviews for the original couple Creepshows coming up at some point in the year. I have not actually looked at the Netflix Creepshow series yet, because I've been kind of holding off on dabbling into too many series right now, because I usually prefer to review a series when it's completely out, and that one is still coming. But I might make an exception here or there, just especially if I don't know if something's going to be picked up. Streaming makes it a little hard. But the animated special was kind of put separately in the movies category on Shudder, so I threw it on. And it was okay. The main thing I have a problem with was the animation style. It's like this almost animated comic book style, which kind of works for Creepshow, being that it's pretty much a comic book come to life anyway. But for animation, it was very stiff, very lifeless. It was just some vaguely moving images rather than full-on animation, and I was hoping for actually full-on animation. So, and it's a 45-minute special, so with 2 segments. Now, the first one I was very familiar with, Survivor Type. I've read the short story for Survivor Type more than once, so I knew what I was getting into here. And yeah, it was okay. It was pretty much a decent representation of Survivor Type, though I didn't really remember the dead body there with him that he was talking to, but I could be wrong on that. I haven't read it in years. Probably more than a decade. I read a lot of Stephen King back in high school. And his short stories were the ones I usually revisited more often, but I probably haven't touched Stephen King since then. Let me see. So, Survivor Type is about a guy who gets essentially stranded on a desert island, and he's a surgeon, and in order to get by, he has to find food. Well, there's not much around to eat, other than occasionally throwing rocks at some seagulls. But, he really injured his foot, so he has to amputate. And, you can't let that meat go to waste. And so pretty much it's seeing how well he can survive by living off, himself. Delightfully disturbing, but I don't know how they would have done this one in live action, but again, so animation probably was an interesting way to go about doing a thing, send up for Survivor Type. But again, the style was only okay for me. Second story worked a lot better for me. Twittering from the Circus of the Dead, which pretty much is following a teenage girl, late teens probably, as she pretty much is on a family vacation and is sending out tweets constantly since she can't blog. So it's kind of a little bit of commentary on people not being able to look up from their phones, as well as their need to just be kind of bystanders as something horrible is going on. Well, so they ended up pulling into a tourist trap that's Circus of the Dead, and well, it's a circus with zombies. And at first I think that's just the gimmick, but when the ringmaster comes out and she's this girl on stilts saying, "I'm trapped, help me," but everyone thinks it's just part of the show as she's being chased around on her stilts, as she's still has to smile and put on a show, otherwise they won't let her off stage and away from the zombies. And it's the one had some disturbing elements to it, particularly with the ringmaster lady and the implications of what happens to the family later. So that one I did like, and the style didn't bother me as much in this one because the tweet style kind of worked with it. So the first segment kind of dropped down a little bit, but this one brought it back up. It's short. It's to the point. The animation style holds it back, but the first one's definitely a disturbing story, and the second one kind of hit a sweet spot for me, so I'll give it a 5 MacGuffins. The animation almost knocked it down to a 4, but the strength of the stories themselves worked for me, and I just would like to see a better animation style. Just a more full-on actual animation rather than the moving comic style. But that's just me nitpicking. That's really all I got on this one. I've got one more review coming up, so see you guys in a few. I'm back.